Something large and searing slammed him face down into the dirt. The force was hard enough to knock the wind out of him, but Hawthorne managed to roll to the side just as another invisible wall of heat tried to beat him into the ground. Zeal's fiery outline appeared, a perplexed expression on his face. Leaping up, Hawthorne lashed out with one foot. The unexpected move caught Zeal on the side of the jaw. The breacher backed away, hurt, but not seriously. "Try that stunt again, asshole," Hawthorne warned him. He bounced on the balls of his feet, fists raised to protect his chest and face. He was ready for whatever the Zealdo wanted to throw at him next, and more than happy to return it threefold. The breacher flared white-hot, sending another wave of decimating fire at him. In his human form, Hawthorne knew he could tolerate extreme temperatures, but not this hot. Not unless he wore his dragon self, with its indestructible skin. Zeal vanished. Hawthorne took advantage of the moment and sought refuge behind a nearby loader as another wall of heat was launched. The fire crackled as it melted the machine's steel frame. Although he missed the worst of the assault, the sheer force of the attack knocked him backwards. He slipped on the loose gravel, lost his footing, and he fell to the ground. He was able to rise to a crouch when another loud noise broke through. Hawthorne stared in astonishment as, across the yard, a pair of headlights were aimed his way. The appearance of the car must have also surprised the breacher, as the heat shimmer turned away from Hawthorne. The car honked again. In the next instant, it crashed through the chained and padlocked gates with a thunderous squeal of scrapping metal. Dirt and gravel spun under the wheels as the rental narrowly missed a huge bulldozer. "There goes the deposit," he muttered under his breath, taking off after her. The car came to a stop just as he reached the driver's side door. Marya started to get out, but he slammed it shut and held it there to prevent her from exiting.
"Arik!"
"Get out of here! Get out now!"
"We're in this together."
"Damn it, Corey!" He started to say more when her eyes widened enormously at something over his shoulder. He barely had time to whirl around when several shots rang out from the car. Marya continued to aim from the open window, firing point blank at whatever was behind him. A large human-like form stood barely 30 feet away. He was naked, but all body detail was blurred and indistinct. The Zealdo stared at them with glowing white eyes. The heat emanated from his body in heavy rolling waves as it studied them. The bullets sizzled into nothingness where they penetrated without harming him.
"You're on my land! Go away! Get out! Get off of my land!"
Moving to put himself between the breacher and Marya, Hawthorne held his hands out to his side to show he was the unarmed one.
"Robert Zeal, do you realize you've killed innocent people?"
"They were on my land."
"They didn't know that. Did you tell them they were on your land?"
"I told them they wouldn't listen. I warned them. I told them to go away, just like I'm telling you now. Leave."
"You can't keep killing people."
Hawthorne glanced sideways at the woman who had crawled out the window and now stood beside him.
"This is my land,"
the Zealdo insisted.
"You can't own this land unless you do it legally,"
Hawthorne said.
"You have to follow the laws of this world. The laws of Phaedra do not apply here, Emil."
For a few seconds, the Zealdo's eyes darkened, as its gaze remained riveted to Hawthorne. By using terms only another breacher would know, Hawthorne had played his next-to-last ace. Zeal now knew he was facing one of his own kind. It would also explain why Hawthorne had managed to survive his earlier attacks.
"Are you here to stop me?"
the creature challenged. Hawthorne nodded.
"You must stop taking innocent lives. I'm not saying you can't own land. I'm saying you can't own this land. It's already owned."
The Zealdo suddenly lifted its face and screamed. The sound pierced their eardrums, driving needles of pain into their brains. Hawthorne managed to stay his ground, but Marya fell to her knees, her hands over her ears as she tried to block the sound.
"It was my land first,"
Zeal said in a voice like shearing metal.
"They came and took it from me."